Welcome back, fans, to a brand new Round 2 Wrestling podcast here on the 7th of May, 2024. I am your host with the most wrestling information, SlimmDa KID, and let me break this down for you very quickly for our first-time listeners. Round 2 Wrestling is very similar to a new-styled broadcast. We have 3 rounds this week. Round 1 is the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. This is full of gossip, rumors, and what-ifs floating around in the pro wrestling world. You can take it with a grain of salt, or you can believe it 100%. It's up to you, the fan, to decide what rumor you'd like to believe. Round 2, Pro Wrestling News. This is actual, factual, confirmed news from various writers and various news outlets brought to you by Round 2 Wrestling and me, SlimmDa KID. Round 3, title matches. I, SlimmDa KID, have done your homework for you and have scoured the web and have gotten every single title match result from every pay-per-view, house show, or weekly episode and have given you, the fan, the results exclusively here on Round 2 Wrestling. Usually we have a Round 4 full of Did You Know Pro Wrestling facts, but this week's Round 3 is bloated with title matches, so we had to forego our Round 4. However, we are at the beginning of this podcast. Let's put our ear to the scanner and take a listen to the gossip and the what-ifs floating around in the world. This is Round 1, the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. Here we go. Drew McIntyre's new WWE deal is for 3 years, according to Wrestling Observer Radio's Dave Meltzer. Meltzer speculates it should be worth around $4 million per year, but emphasized that that amount is unconfirmed. Despite being drafted to Monday Night Raw, Fightful Select notes that D-Jack has yet to sign a new contract with WWE or even been approached about said contract. During his Spaces talk on X a few days ago, Triple H said an announcement on the date and location of WrestleMania 41 is coming, quote, very, very soon. He also said WWE is open for business as far as bringing any show or event anywhere around the globe. On a Fightful podcast, Sean Ross Sapp said that WWE is very aware of the criticisms that have been made about in-house music production team Def Rebel's entrance themes. A trademark was filed recently for Maple Leaf Wrestling. The address listed on the application matches the one former TNA president Scott D'Amore uses for his Border City Wrestling promotion, leading PW Insider and others to speculate it's related to D'Amore and his next pro wrestling venture. According to Fightful Select, Minnesota is no longer the front-runner to host next year's WrestleMania 41. There's been a big internal push over the last few months for Las Vegas to host the event. Fightful says word within the industry was that Ethan Page was looking to finish up with AEW Ring of Honor a few months ago, and word within the company was that happened. Per the Observer, Tonga Loa's deal with WWE was done at the same time as Tama Tonga's. It just didn't get out because New Japan Pro Wrestling never announced he was leaving. Fightful Select notes that Drew Gulak, quote, had a reputation in NXT as a bully who would target recovering injuries in matches, end quote. He was also apparently, quote, reprimanded by Shawn Michaels for intentionally spiking another talent last year, end quote. That is it. That draws to a conclusion Round 1 and the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. Without any further hesitation, let's jump into something a bit more real. This is Round 2 Pro Wrestling News. WWE Hall of Famer cuts ties with the promotion after 31 years of service.
Oh my God!
Jerry the King Lawler and WWE have decided to part ways as announced by PW Insider. Lawler is no longer with WWE after his broadcast contract expired with the promotion at the onset of the year, with WWE choosing not to offer the King a new deal. WWE and Lawler's association isn't fully at an end, however, as Lawler is said to remain under a WWE Legends contract. Wrestling legend reveals he had a heart attack during his final match.
That's fucking stupid.
Hall of Fame wrestler Ric Flair had his final match July 31st, 2022 with his son-in-law Andrade El Idolo. WrestlingNews.co's Andrew Ravens revealed in a recent interview with Flair on the Jackson podcast that he actually suffered a heart attack in the middle of his tag match. Flair didn't know about it because of the pacemaker he had installed several years ago. He attributed his quote-unquote fainting during the match to him being dehydrated, but it was actually later revealed he was having heart attacks during the match, and this was causing his fainting. WWE releases several wrestlers from the promotion, including a former Olympic gold medalist.
You what?
This past Friday, WWE announced another round of layoffs from the promotion, including but not limited to Boa, Ezekiel Balogun, Julian Baldi, Trey Bearhill, Amaria Diaz, Valentina Feraz, Drew Gulak, Keyshawn LaFleur, Daryl Mason, Vlad Pavlenko, Kia Saint. The biggest name on this list is Drew Gulak, who has been the focus in a recent sexual harassment scandal announced by former WWE Women's Champion Ronda Rousey. No word on if this scandal is the reason for WWE's release of Drew Gulak. Former World Heavyweight Champion re-signs with the promotion.
You what?
Without a doubt, Seth Rollins and WWE will continue to do business together. Announced May 3rd, WWE and Seth Rollins have agreed to new terms on a contract. Rollins lost the WWE Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40 and has been on IL ever since. Rollins was diagnosed with a grade 2 MCL tear and a partially torn meniscus in his left knee this past January. This did not slow WWE down from re-signing the popular wrestler, who inked Rollins with a multi-year, quote-unquote, big money deal that will keep him with the promotion until Rollins is well into his 40s. WWE wrestler deletes controversial tweet about WWE's Gunther.
That's fucking stupid.
WWE's Sheamus made his return to the promotion on Raw a month ago and is facing the former Intercontinental Champion in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. As a sort of way to play mind games with Gunther, Sheamus tweeted a comparison between Gunther and Adolf Hitler.
That's fucking stupid.
Quote unquote, an Austrian with a funny haircut has a thing for military-style coats, proclaims superiority over others, hangs out with Germans, and betrays his Italian ally, end quote. No word on if this statement will have any impact on the match between the two, or if WWE's Sheamus will face any sort of punishment for his comments. That is it for round 2 and pro wrestling news. We are going to jump right into a very full round 3. However, warning, this next segment may contain spoilers for your favorite promotions and pay-per-views, including results from the GCW Rather You Than Me pay-per-view, WWE Backlash France pay-per-view, TNA Under Siege pay-per-view, AEW Ring of Honor, NXT, NWA, MLW, Progress, AAA, CMLL, All Japan Pro Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Stardom, RevPro, etc., etc. Here we go. Be sure to listen to round 3 again in case you miss any of these title match announcements. NXT North American Champion Oba Femi defeated Ivar to retain the NXT North American Championship. NXT Tag Team Champions The Supersonic Duo defeated Authors of Pain to retain the NXT Tag Team titles. AEW FTW Champion Chris Jericho defeated Katsuyori Shibata to retain the AEW FTW Championship. AEW TNT Champion Adam Copeland defeated Buddy Matthews to retain the AEW TNT Championship. AEW TBS Champion Willow Nightingale defeated Sky Blue to retain the AEW TBS Championship. TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace defeated Miyu Yamashita to retain the TNA Knockouts World Championship. Jeff Cobb defeated New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television Champion Zack Sabre Jr. to become the new New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television Champion. IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion Nick Nemeth defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi to retain the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. WWE Tag Team Champions A-Town Down Under defeated Street Profits to retain the WWE Tag Team titles. TNA Digital Media Champion Laredo Kid defeated KC Navarro to retain the TNA Digital Media Championship. Masha Slamovich and Alicia Edwards, defeated TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champion Spitfire to become the new TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. TNA X Division Champion Mustafa Ali defeated Ace Austin to retain the TNA X Division Championship. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest defeated Jey Uso to retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. WWE Women's World Champion Bayley defeated Tiffany Stratton and Naomi to retain the WWE Women's World Championship. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defeated WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Kabuki Warriors to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. WWE Undisputed Universal Champion Cody Rhodes defeated AJ Styles to retain the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. Bullet Club defeated IWGP Tag Team Champions Bishamon to become the new IWGP Tag Team Champions. Never Openweight Champion Shingo Takagi defeated Gabe Kidd to retain the Never Openweight Championship. David Finlay defeated IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion Nick Nemeth to become the new IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley defeated Ren Narita to retain the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. GCW Tag Team Champions Violence is Forever defeated Ariel Van Gogh and Bobby Flacco, and the team of Hunter Drake and Rico Gonzalez, and the team of the Main Event to retain the GCW Tag Team titles. Danhausen defeated GCW World Champion Blake Christian to become the new GCW World Champion. GCW General Manager Matt Cardona restarted the championship match. Blake Christian defeated GCW World Champion Danhausen to become the new GCW World Champion. Artist of Stardom Champion EXV defeated Stars to retain the Artist of Stardom Championship. Crazy Star defeated Goddesses of Stardom Champions FWC to become the new Goddesses of Stardom Champions. JCW Champion Masha Slamovich defeated Dual Tormenta to retain the JCW Championship. And All Japan Pro Wrestling Television Champion Tachibana defeated Dan Tamura to retain the All Japan Pro Wrestling TV title. That draws to a conclusion round 2 and the Pro Wrestling Championship. Be sure to listen to our next episode next week as I bring you more news, more rumors, and more results from the world of professional wrestling.